Welcome back to Welsh Miniature Board Gamer, and today I'm going to do an unboxing and review of the Goblin Infantry from Oathmark. So first of all, there are 30 multi-part 28mm miniatures, and these are very much similar to the Goblin slaves, but these are more heavily armed, more typical orcs, goblins I would say. You know, they got proper swords, shields, etc. So these aren't quite so rabble-ish as maybe the Goblin Slaves were that you saw last week in my reviews. So yeah, this is for Oathmark, so it's the rank and flank style game, so it comes in square bases, etc. And it's made by North Star and Osprey Games, so two very reputable companies. Now, I'm not going to be using them again for Oathmark. I'm going to be using them for Rangers of Shadowdeep and Frostgrave, you know, as maybe alternatives for the Gnolls, etc., you know, or maybe even as a warband in Mordheim. So this was £22.50 for 30 miniatures, which is a hell of a deal. That's less than £1, of course, per miniature. So yeah, that's really good. I know they're goblins, but still, that's really good. So here is roughly what you could look like if you painted them up the same way. And they are multi-part, very much along the lines of the, say, soldiers or wizards or gnolls or any of the other North Star miniature game miniatures for, say, Frostgrave or Stargrave. You know, it's that same multi-part plastic kits. And they're very much the same sort of sizes too. They go together very well. I would say the only difference really is these come with square bases, and the Frostgrave miniatures, of course, come with circular bases. So first of all, you're going to get enough bases to base all of your orcs, and it comes with 6 sprues, as you can see. Some of these are missing at the moment because I've painted some up for you to see. So I'll pick a sprue which hasn't got anything missing on. So, oops, that one has. There you go, that one's a full sprue. So the full sprue comes with the 5 bodies, as you can see. And these are more heavily armed than the slaves, as I was saying. And they've got shields options. And then you've got axes, swords, clubs, more swords. Again, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 heads, like in the slaves. So you can mix and match the slave heads with the standard heads to get, you know, whatever sort of scheme you want. So there are archers in this one, which is really good. So you can put the archers' arms, if you wanted like lightly armed archers, you could put the archers' arms on the goblin slaves to make them, you know, light archers, or you could use these sort of more armored bodies and give them bows, and you could have like a heavily armed archer. But yeah, there are banners. So there's the banner, the spears, there's, you know, the quivers, the hero head, so like a commander head, a nice big axe and a sword, so you could, and they're actually left and right arms, so you could have him double wielding an axe and a sword if you wanted to. Or of course you could do a bit of kit bashing, and you can model it however really you wanted it to look. So I've painted up for you so you can see what they look like, so bear with me one moment. So this is the first one I've painted up, and you know, I painted him up in my usual sort of, you know, scheme. He's not perfect, but he's quite nice. There you go, that's in focus a bit better for you. And he is with his chain mail and axe and shield. And then this one, sword, shield, helmet with like a scale mail and a chain skirt. As you can see, they're nice miniatures. You know, again, I really like them. And if you like the Frostgrave miniatures, these are very sort of similar, really. This one I tried to use some speed paint on him, so that's why the green is a bit greener than maybe some of my other orcs, but yeah, it turned out okay. And a bit of speed bait on the trousers. But yeah, I really like these miniatures, and it's nice that you can pick sort of, different arms to represent, the different takes that you do from your various games that you might play. This one got a big old, I don't know what quite that is, like a morning star, but that's got morning star's usually got a chain, I think. But yeah, a big old club with a heavy head or a mace. And he's got like this disc armor, which is kind of nice. They got that stooped head leaning forward vibe going for them. But yeah, I really like these. This one's a dual wielding orc. And I painted these up really quickly so I could get to show you what they actually look like. But I think you can tell that they're nice miniatures. So if you wanted to mix the goblin slaves and goblin infantry, you could end up with light bowmen. Now, these aren't finished, but you can kind of see that the arms are from the infantry set, and the body is from the slave set. So they go perfectly well together, and you can't tell that it's from a different kit or anything. But yeah, really nicely gone together. Like I said, these miniatures aren't actually finished, but you can see what these guys are going to look like, and that the arms are perfectly interchangeable between the kits. But yeah, really like these miniatures. Again, I'll give them a good 8 out of 10 for value and for overall what I think of them. How could they be better? I don't know, really. I don't know why I'm giving it only an 8. Maybe the detail could be slightly better, but for the price, not really. So maybe I should be giving them a 9 out of 10 because they're good value for money. You get nice looking miniatures, and they you can tell these are goblins. They're not hard to tell, and the sculpts on them are quite nice. They're not jokey sculpts. So if you want like joke sculpts, you really want to go for more, I don't know, Moonstone or some of the Games Workshop goblins look a bit more jokey. These look a little bit more ready for battle. So that's it. That's my review of the Goblin Infantry. Both of these boxes, Goblin Slaves and Goblin Infantry, are brilliant little boxes. If I had to choose, I'd probably rather the Goblin Slaves one slightly more than the Goblin Infantry. But that's just a matter of, aesthetic. I like this sort of tattered robed goblin more than the armoured ones. But that's just a personal thing. I honestly don't think the one kit is better than the other. Really, it's a personal thing. So if you like that, please leave a like or comment, and I'll reply to every single comment that I'm left. But until next time, it's going to be goodbye from me, Welsh Miniature Board Gamer.